The mayor of New Rochelle, New York, dealing with a containment zone. Could we see more of this as the World Health Organization declares a global pandemic? Here to discuss, Senate Armed Services Committee member, Arizona's Republican Senator Martha McSally. Senator McSally, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely, Charles. Thanks for having me on.
We started hearing about the National Guard getting rolled out, and we get very, very nervous. Where are we right there? Are there any protocols in place for this to continue to happen?
Charles, absolutely there are. And look, the administration is doing a great job. And I will say in Arizona, the coordination with our governor, localities is going well. Each governor does have National Guard. There's a lot of flexibility how they can be used. But in this case, it's reported they're going to be cleaning surfaces and handing out meals to people. So we need to take that into context and also understand the authorities. It's not like the movies. You're not going to see active duty military involved. It's against a law called posse comitatus for them to be doing any law enforcement or anything like that. Case by case, we can support civil authorities in very, very limited support roles. But again, I think it's really too early for anybody to be looking at that scenario.
And keeping them safe, keeping these folks who are being called in to do this kind of work.
Exactly. The military also needs to make sure with the travel that happens with our military that they're ready to do their mission, protecting them and their families. And again, governors with their National Guard units, sometimes when they have a flood or other things, the military comes in and fills sandbags and delivers logistics. And so there's roles there that will actually assist people if they're having to stay at home and you don't want them out at the grocery store. Right. And so this is where the Guard can be useful.
President Trump just now tweeting, and I want to share it with you. I will be addressing the nation this evening at 9 p.m. Eastern from the Oval Office. Senator, what would you like to hear from the president and the commander-in-chief?
Well, we were meeting with them constantly. We had lunch with the president and the vice president yesterday. We're on the phone all the time. I think it's important the president needs to continue to let people know where to get their information. It's not time to panic. It's time to be prepared. You can go to coronavirus.gov to get the facts of the situation, basic health practices of washing your hands and staying home if you're sick. If you're elderly or immune compromised, there's extra precautions you should be taking. The CDC, the FDA, the NIH, and others are coordinating to get test kits and other things out to local communities. That coordination has been extraordinary, and I think people need to make sure they understand what the facts are, what we can do as a country. We're the best prepared of anybody. This is, originated in China. A lot of misinformation and failures on their part that made it spread globally, but we're the best equipped in the world to be able to take care of people and prevent it any further.
Amen. And to your point, I think it's up to government and folks like you to keep reminding people, because unfortunately there's a lot of misinformation out there. Senator, thank you so much.
Thanks, Charles.
Well, Joe.